Hey, how's it going? It's currently, oh shit, this bitch ain't, there we go. It's currently 5:43 in the morning on Sunday, on June 29th, Saturday, 2024. I ain't did a video for like the last 2 days. Check it, woo. Like my freaking computer straight up like, I was looking at it and it like straight up like, the screen just turned black. So then I put it down and I saw the thing, like, bar kind of go, and then, oh yeah, see? And then it stops and it goes black, and then the bar does the bar thing again, and it's like, Jesus. That does that every once in a while. I hope the computer's not dying. Oh shit, I need to make sure that it's backed up on that computer. I'm doing stuff on the notes, and so I'm pretty sure that it backs up like immediately in real time, like to my other computer, because I looked the other day a couple times, and like I'd look right after and it would see it right there, like what I just did on this computer. So, and I think I does it on the cell phone too. I've looked at the cell phone and see, look, it's just fucking going black, starting up a little bit, going black. If it keeps doing that too many times, it's just gonna turn it off and let it simmer, and then oh god, and then turn it off and then let it cool down and then start it again. Maybe I killed it, dude. Maybe I killed my computer. I was doing masturbation videos for bitches, and maybe like enough like oil splattered onto the keyboard or something. I don't know. Man, if all this OnlyFans stuff had happened, like, or if I'd have thought of it, didn't think of it just a couple of years ago, man, I could be doing a lot more. But it's fine. I'm alright. If I really like put myself into it. Actually, it's not that. It's not my dick. I'm too pressured on the website. When the computer just died like that, I hope it comes back to life. I was actually kind of happy. I was like, oh cool, let's do the video. And then I can talk until like it's 6, and then I'll go over and get an energy drink and nerds. I'm gonna have nerds and energy drink for breakfast. I just had like a bunch of coffees. That's balls. So I'm doing it on the notes because it backs up in real time on my computer and my cell phone, and so less of a headache, it's more secure, and it's faster. The computer functions better. Although Dreamweaver was open, because I'm fucking around with chatgtp. I pay $20 a month for chatgtp double, and it handles images, right? And so I'm talking to it with images. I'm just pumping images into it, and we're creating stories. And I was like starting to create a reality show with my chatgtp. I've got like 49 characters. I have all the characters and I have all their data. I have like their height, weight, and apparently the memory is keeping up. Height, weight, strength, fight level, fight style, age, backstory. So I have like 25 soldiers from a photo from World War II. All those characters from Cobra Kai, all the YouTube guys, martial arts YouTube guys who did that like Ultimate Fighting Championship. So Sensei Seth, like Iron Mike or whatever, or Icy Mike, Rokas, Ramsey Dewey, Jeff Chan, and some other dude, a couple of other dudes, and then some like fitness girls who do jujitsu, because I'm throwing like fighters in. So I've got like a bunch of like UFC 1 and 2 guys, like Fred Edish, Scott Morris, Sean Doherty, so far. Vladislava Gallagher, Lexa Stahl, volleyball girl who's super muscular, who I like pretend that are like do jujitsu. A couple of those girls. Mr. T and Bruce Lee and John Jones. And anyway, that's all I can think of now. Oh, and me. From photos from when I'm in like high school. So, yeah, I just said to put like a row of houses. So I paired them up. There's only 7 women and the rest are men. So I didn't like that originally. But so I paired them up. The 7 women are in the middle row circle, and then the rest 18 cottages are on the outer row outside of that. And so there's an area in the middle. It's like 30 feet across, and I'm thinking like, what activities can they do for the story to tell me? I'm kind of testing the limits for chatgtp with the images and the conversation, because like when I had them give me the chart for the 45 with all their data, I said give it to me in HTML, because I remember on YouTube videos people are saying like they use it for coding, and yeah, it gave it to me, and I plugged it into Dreamweaver, and it looked right there. And I like haven't experimented with how powerful it could get, like how much coding, HTML coding you can do. You know, like how much detail on the background of the tables, or the borders of the tables, or the font of the characters. Because if I say make a big table with all those characters, 40 characters, and then make the girls pink and the guys blue, and the numbers this color, or the strength this color, and the fight level that color, and it pumps it out and it gives it to me, that's straight up faster, like by exponentially, web design than how I would have done it. Like, right? So like if I were to do that now, because I'm not building anything on my website now other than just this copying and pasting, but if I were, not only is it faster building the web page, but it actually creates it for you. Like I didn't, like all the fight levels and the strength and all that, I didn't give it to it. I just described their backstory, and it popped it out to me. And I was like, okay. So if you want to like make that from scratch, like I just built like another web page with 49 fighters for like a reality show or on an island that I could put into my fight level because I have that on my website, just on accident, just when I was on break from my website, like on the side, because I'm doing that on the side as it kind of when I get bored, like because I'm doing all the condensing on Meta AI, which is fine for when they're smaller. When they get really big, I have to use ChatGPT. So I'm using ChatGTP at the same time, round robining them, doing it the conversation with it, all of the creating these characters and stuff. Because I was doing all sorts of other stuff before, like A-Team's episodes with new characters and all that kind of stuff. So, and then meta stuff, people thinking about what somebody thinks about, what somebody thinks about. And that was even with Meta AI. That wasn't even with ChatGPT, which is even better. So, anyways, yeah. So from now on, when I build stuff, like you can build stuff like exponentially faster with ChatGPT, because it helps you build it, helps you give the ideas, the data, and everything, helps you build it. But then it'll straight up write the HTML for you to the detail. I mean, I haven't tried yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did, because it's all based on power, and it's probably within its realm of power to make a table of like 100 people. I'm going to try. I should try just to know what its limits are. I'm like super curious. I'm going to get curious to know how big of like a fancy of an HTML page I can make. But like 100 people, 5 different colors or fonts distinguishing things, something like that or more. 20 if you like, with the table and the background of the table and everything. This is going to make it possible for people to make really fancy looking websites, like how my website is. Colorful websites. Because it was always been like a time restraint. And now with this, it's not even a time restraint as much, because it just freaking writes the whole thing for you. I can't believe it. So, and I think people are using it for more complex languages, and HTML I think is the most simple. So
So yeah, man, I'm like, whew. And you know, even in editing, you know, like I should try. I don't think it's ready now because my pages are so big, but maybe in a few years I could paste. See, because I need to think ahead and not do too much now that I could get it to do. Even if it can't do it now, it will in the future. Because it's telling me how fast. It's telling me it could do super stuff in like 5 or 10 years. So, like if I wanted to edit a page, like one of my, like the Bible, I could paste the entire Bible, like HTML on there, and I could say, and I could just give a command, and I could say, yeah, on all of the times a woman talks, make the quote pink with this font, and every time a man talks, make the quote blue with this font. Every time it's a battle, make the font this with, you know, with this color. You know, you say name the CSS this, and then you already make the CSS, so the code just picks it up when you paste it in, and yeah, I could just do it like that, the whole page instantaneously without me having to go into the Bible, like what, how many thousands of times to highlight each and individual of those. When each one you highlight it, like the computer can barely even like it takes forever just for it to pop up and then drag down, and you know it just does the code immediately. Like I'm like yeah. So anyways, so me just having fun with this ChatGTP, creating the like reality shows, fake reality shows, and like just scenarios and all this kind of stuff, stories. I can even, because with ChatGTP, that Meta doesn't do. I wish I did it with ChatGTP because I had these great epic conversations with it before for like 3 days. But put it on ChatGTP because on the side it records your conversations, so I could go in and base it on the day and just copy it and paste it onto my website, right? And show what I did, the conversation I had, and the situations I make. And then later on, have the thing, when it gets more powerful, create it for me digitally. And so then I make a TV show digitally in the future based on a story that I made now. Anyways, so I yeah, so I'm practicing with all these stories now so that I know the limits of it, and so that I want to get in the habit of doing it all the time, and I think I should just pay the $20 a month for it indefinitely, so I can actually play with it and see how it gets better and stronger, make the conversations more complex, so that I can hit the ground running whenever I have to use it, so that I can use it to its maximum whenever from now on with my website, so that I don't waste any more time. I probably wasted so much time already. Especially in the past when the computers were slow. I mean, I'm like fucking old now, you know. I'm like gonna need a hip replacement unless I get exercise. Anyway, so I yeah, so I'm super jazzed and happy that I'm catching on to early, and because there's a lot that I can use it for my website if it has power to help, yeah, tie up the loose ends as long as it's strong enough. So, but I asked a question like, if you paste in the entire Bible onto, I just meta this onto it, it'll take like 24 to 48 hours to condense it down to like 300 pages. And I'm like, you could do the whole thing at once without crashing? And it said it would. And so that means that I could I could paste the HTML of even my biggest page, like a 3,000 page book, and say, and give it a bunch of commands and just wait like 4 days. And like it spits it back at me magically, and I just copy it. It's like it has everything that I asked. Like, oh my god, would that be trippy as dick? And then in the future, when you can make videos with it, like I said, oh, and then the Google Earth stuff, incorporate into the Google Earth for the stuff that the videos I want to make. So yeah, I'm glad. I think I can. My website is positioned really well to utilize this AI stuff. Anyways, oh look, the computer appears to have come back to life. And then now I get to go over to, oh, it's 5:57. I get to go over to the store and get me my energy drink. And then off my reefer, got some reefer like yesterday or something like that. Off of $52 they had in my wallet, and it was $57 or $59. Yeah, 59. The guy's like, I'll give it to you 52. I was like, wicked. I think that was the second time that happened when I went in there. Didn't have enough money. They gave it to me. So yeah, getting reefed out, and you know, I'm like fucking up my lungs and stuff. But dude, I hawk up a bunch of loogies, my freaking lungs bounce the fuck back. Like I'm just having fucked up lungs for smoking too much reefer. I smoke like a eighth a week, or an eighth a day or something like that. But but then I bounced back, so it's not asthma. I don't got any myosmosis balls because I'm it's just me about myself. Some people aren't sharing their pathogens, and also I'm in a really good climate. Don't tell anybody. Anyways, so I'm going to bust nuts all over to the store right now. Oh yeah, I was listening to Karl Marx Kapital for the last like 2 or 3 days. Holy dick sticks! This motherfucking book is the most ballsy ass book, ballsack, because it's dude, like I had this like epiphany. I was like, there's different kinds of books. I have 34 hours 5 minutes left. I'm like through 2/3 of the way through or something, but there's different kinds of books, like, and just because a book is really big, like Capital's like 85 hours or something, doesn't mean that you should only listen to it once. Like sometimes there's books that are 85 hours, like 3,000 pages long. I don't know how big it is. It's on my website, but it's not finished. That you still, even though they're that big, you still need to listen to like 10 times over. And Capital's one of those, Livy's one of those, Pliny's one of those, Bible's one of those. But and even if you're into like Roman history, like the Roman history books, like Edward Gibbon and Momsen are like that. Um, but there's also like I think a misconception about like Capital anyway, and Marx, because I remember growing up. Marx meant he was the inventor of communism, and communism is Russia, and Russia, Cold War, you don't like Russia, we're supposed to hate Russia, and so we're supposed to hate Marx, and Marx, and growing up looking at that bearded guy, and that's the crazy fucking communist motherfucker, fucking Marx, don't read that shit. I don't know, I need to research it and see if in the McCarthyism, if anybody had a problem with Marx, but I could have sworn I grew up, at least in my head, maybe I misconceived, and I didn't think myself, but I remember growing up thinking that people thought, and that we're supposed to think, that Marx is bad. Dude, when you read Marx, all Marx is he's like artistic. I mean, I should look at pictures of him. But all Marx was this compiler of like data. And holy fuck, is it interesting. Like, he's talking about, I need to pinpoint those chapters and listen to him a gazillion times because he just lists, and I'm realizing it's the most interesting part of history, and I'm kind of light on that, and it's actually American history. Like, things that people don't realize is that this thing's like stuck trying to open, bitch. I hit the code and it couldn't even open. It's just stuck on trying to open. Anyway, people like to bitch and moan about how the Indians got fucked over in America. Well, the Indians getting taken over in America coincides with the like European Indians getting taken over. You think that the European Indians in the times of or like the Picts with the woad on their face, and the Tacitus talking about the ancient Germans is like the equivalent of the ancient like Indians to getting taken over, but in the time of like the Highlanders, like there were people just living in little villages all over the place, living off the land. They had more technology than the Indians, but they lived like very similarly and like tribal like that, and so but they were taken over at the same time that the Indians were, like in the early 1800s and stuff, and so he was just the whole book. He's just listing like all the facts and figures about the change, this enormous change that the Industrial Revolution in the 1850s did, just sucking people out of the rural areas into the cities, and all of the effects that had on people physically and mentally, and all of the crazy overwork that they did, working people to death. And God, this computer's like out acting crazy. It's what the fuck? It's like it's needing to be like I need to sign in again? Sign in with your Apple ID. Oh shit, I hope I don't get locked out of my own computer. Oh god, well I hope it's at least backed up here. Because I'm such a workaholic that if I get locked out of that computer for some stupid ass reason, I could at least pick up where I left off. I'm gonna look over here on this computer. I'm just gonna look real quick because I'm curious. So let's see here. 9 from 3. Yeah, it did, just in real time. So I could literally just pick up right here. That's so crazy cool. Fucking computer though. Why the hell did you have to do that? It didn't do a It didn't do like a, whatever you call them. They when they put the new program on it. Didn't do the thing with the new program on it. Normally it tells me, it's like, hey, we have to put the new update on there. And I'm like, okay, and they're like, and you see it update, and then you restart it. It's not, doesn't turn black, and then reboot, and you're like, okay, so what's your Apple ID? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know any of that shit. Oh god. Anyways, I'll try to figure this out. Like, yeah, I'm like, luckily I have the phone on the computer. Anyways, so yeah, so that book, man, like, because it's just facts and figures from the most amazing history, part of history, and it's so similar to today. Like, people, they were saying that younger people could pick up learning how the machines quicker than the older people, and that you could make them work harder, and now it's the same thing. Machines taking over, and what are we going to do? And rich people abusing, and so if you could, history repeat itself and study how it happened then, and it's happening now, and the good, bad, and the ugly of it, you could put heads or tails of it from today. So, and people are idiots now, so we need an upgrade with brain power. So, anyway, oh man, so yeah, I'm gonna, that's my video for the day. At least I uploaded it. I mean, I recorded it. I'll upload it whenever I get around to it, whenever I guess I catch up with myself, because I don't know if I said, but yeah, I'm still working on, busting my ass, doing nothing but pretty much, other than talking with the AI here. I'm doing the condensation for the Mahabharata, so I'm going to make a separate page for it. Just copy the one that I have and then replace with 250 words I asked for, but it only gives me like 100 every time, and I'm like, so I gave up. Sometimes I ask for more when it's almost a 50. And then I say, give me 50, and it's usually a little bit more, but then it gives me 50, and they say, give me 10, usually a little bit more, it gives you 10. So that's a good, because it's every fifth, and there's that memorization technique, and they were doing it for, I can't remember what it's called, but every fifth to 10th. And so 250 words, and then 50, that's 1/5 of 250, and then 10, 1/5 of 50. So it kind of looks good, and then pop them in. So then the separate book will be, the body will be what's supposed to be 250, and then you put the images on the other side, it's regular, and then the top, and then you'll have two menus, the 50 and then the 10, and then the number one, which I'll hawk from the big one, and then yeah, and that's it. And so anyways, I did yesterday I finished with Herodotus, which took a couple days. It was a bunch, it was like 1150 of them, and got started with Mahabharata, and so then I finished got started with one yesterday and finished one, and then finished 2 today, and then got started with 3. So I'm like 9 into 3 today out of 18, but a few of those are small, like only 10. So it's kind of like Herodotus, a little bit bigger. So hopefully in like less than a week I'll be able to do this. But it's brain candy, and I'm glad that I thought of it, because I'll be the only one who did it like this. I'll have like 6 different versions of it, right? The original, the 250, 150, 10, and then just the numbers. So 5 versions of it. So yeah. So see, I'm just busting nuts with this as far as I can. Oh man, the battery's about to die. To try to finish before I kind of start to question myself, because it's pretty big, and my mom's trying to talk me out of it. So anyways, I think that's enough talking. I don't want to like get talked out with the battery dying on me, so I'm gonna plug this bitch up before I forget. Go get my energy drink and some Nerdsies for breakfast, and then try to get back into my computer and get back to work. All right, talk to you tomorrow.